It's like a family member when you hear something happen, like, damn, I don't agree with the behavior, but I care for the person.
In this perverted, sick, twisted industry, these gatekeepers do hold access to certain levels, you know?
It's like a family member when you hear something happen like, Dan, I don't agree with the behavior, but I care for the person in this perverted, sick, twisted industry. These gatekeepers do hold access to certain levels. Brace yourselves for a bombshell as Nick Cannon finally breaks his silence on the shocking allegations against his longtime friend Diddy in a revelation that has sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Cannon claims that Diddy and Jay-Z played pivotal roles in robbing Jaden Smith of his childhood. According to Cannon, who had previously defended Diddy, the music mogul's crimes are far more sinister than anyone could have imagined, involving horrific acts at his infamous parties. When you start to hear stuff, you don't know how to feel, because these people, or you've seen it, and like them, is that what was going on? Nick Cannon's explosive comments come to light just as federal raids on Diddy homes in Los Angeles and Miami intensify the scrutiny on the embattled artist amidst accusations of abuse and trafficking. Diddy vehemently denies all charges. But Cannon's eyewitness accounts paint a different, darker picture. Speaking on his podcast, Cannon recalls Diddy's manipulative behavior and the harrowing experiences of underage victims, including Jaden Smith, caught in the crossfire of Diddy's extravagant and disturbing lifestyle. And I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in a presence of his monster. Inside the saga unfolds with Cannon detailing the moral quandary he faced due to his friendship with Diddy, contrasting it with the mounting allegations from multiple women, including R&B singer Cassie. Cannon admits the complexity of knowing both the accuser and the accused, adding layers of tension to an already dramatic scandal as federal investigators continue their probe. Cannon's revelations could be the tipping point in a saga that promises to reshape the public perception of these powerful figures forever. Is he controlling? Yes, he is. Will he put his hands on the female? Yes, he will. Would he put his hands on a male producer or anything? Yes, he will. But what truly turns heads is Can's assertion that Diddy and Jay-Z wield an almost mythical control over the music industry, acting as gatekeepers who decide the fate of rising stars. Cannon hints that these two moguls are not just influential, but possess a dark side that emerges most horrifyingly when they interact with minors. The shocking claim that their influence extends to orchestrating the careers and lives of young artists is a chilling reminder of the power dynamics in Hollywood. Usher's own disturbing experiences at Diddy's notorious Puffy camp further illuminate the grim reality behind the glamour. Sent to live with Diddy at the tender age of a young teenager, Usher was exposed to a lifestyle that was anything but appropriate for someone of his youthful years. I moved to New York City, and I lived with Shan Puffy CS for a year. That's the crazy thing now, that in resurfaced interviews, Usher described the bewildering and often frightening events he witnessed, which he initially struggled to comprehend. I didn't say it, okay? What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it. This brings to light recent revelations that detailed the horrors at Diddy's infamous parties. Allegations from multiple sources, including court documents, suggest that these events were rife with illegal activities, hidden cameras, and underage victims. According to Rodney Lilrod Jones, Diddy's properties were equipped with secret surveillance, capturing compromising footage of guests. Without their knowledge, these recordings allegedly included several high-profile celebrities and underage attendees engaging in illicit acts. In a particularly harrowing account, Jones describes how he was coerced into hiring companions for these gatherings, with Diddy allegedly threatening and manipulating attendees. including minors into participating in commercial transactions. The term freak-off parties became a chilling euphemism for events that blurred the lines between penis. Music allegations implicate these stars in the toxic web spun by Diddy. Bieber's early career, heavily influenced by Usher, and Diddy has been marred by suggestive footage and unsettling interactions. You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out. Well, I mean, you haven't. I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my partners and whatnot. And now, infamous clip features Diddy claiming he had custody of a young Bieber for a weekend, a statement that has since drawn significant scrutiny and discomfort from fans and commentators. All like it was just an escape for me. I was just young, like everybody in the industry and people in the world who experiment and do. Jaden Smith's connection to Bieber, and by extension to Diddy, also raises questions. Their public displays of affection, like the viral hug and kiss at Coachella, have been scrutinized and sensationalized, drawing speculative links to the broader scandal surrounding Diddy. While such interactions can be innocuous, the context provided by Cannon's revelations casts a shadow over these seemingly benign moments as the public digests these allegations. The reactions are predictably polarized. Some defend Diddy, emphasizing the lack of concrete evidence and the principle of innocent until proven guilty. Others, however, are quick to draw parallels between these accusations and a long-standing pattern of abusive behavior in the entertainment industry. The resurgence of Usher's past comments and the eerie footage involving Bieber serve as stark reminders of the often predatory nature of fame and power ruining lives. And now they've indoctrinated these kids into thinking that this is the way, because this is what they know, adding fuel to the fire. 50 Cent, a longtime adversary of Diddy, has publicly relished the unfolding scandal. He has taken to social media, hinting at the existence of compromising tapes from Diddy's parties and expressing his eagerness to obtain them. This is going to be so good. What, you want to bet I'ma get these tapes? I'll pay top dollar for them. 50 Cent declared, his words dripping with a mix of glee and vindictiveness. D1, who has previously spoken out about G-keepers in the industry like Diddy and Jay-Z, echoes similar sentiments. In a recent interview, D1 recounted the pressures he faced, revealing that certain industry figures held record deals over his head in exchange for compromising acts. If you're part of this homosexual act that I'm trying to take part in, you hear me, yeah? Come on, this door open real quick for you. As D1's experiences align with Cannon's revelations, it's clear that the power dynamics in Hollywood are far more sinister than many realize. Nick Cannon, despite his past friendship with Diddy, has reached a breaking point where he can no longer remain silent. The moral conflict Cannon faced due to his close ties with Diddy is palpable, but the weight of the victim's suffering ultimately drove him to speak out. Gatekeepers in the music industry. Yeah, depending on what part of the industry you trying to get access to, there's gatekeepers. This isn't the first time Cannon has hinted at Diddy's dubious activities in the past. He subtly referenced the bizarre relationship between Diddy and Lori Harvey, which raised many eyebrows. The 49-year-old mogul and the much younger Maude were often seen together, sparking rumors and speculations. Despite public denials and a facade of platonic friendship, there are numerous sightings and vacation photos with Lori's parents. Steve and Marjorie Harvey painted a different picture. 22 and 49. Diddy is 49 years old. Oh man, that is a 2070 difference. Such revelations might finally bring the justice many believe is overdue, with federal agents swarming Diddy's properties in connection to the trafficking investigation. The stakes have never been higher. Legal experts warn that Diddy could face a life sentence or even more severe penalties. Narrow Money, a prominent attorney, compared the scandal to high-profile cases cases like Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly, emphasizing the potential for multiple victims and jurisdictions involved. I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy is arrested in the coming days or weeks. Our Money stated, painting a grim picture Diddy's future. The raids on Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami homes were nothing short of dramatic, with law enforcement searching for evidence of not just trafficking, but also other serious crimes like gun violations. The operation scale suggested that authorities have been building their case for months, likely since Cassie Venter's lawsuit last November, which accused Diddy of a decade of abuse. And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the Rapid. Nick Cannon's decision to break his silence about Diddy's alleged transgressions marks a significant turning point. His moral struggle and ultimate decision to speak out, despite their long-standing friendship, underscores the gravity of the situation. As more details emerge, the question remains: how deep does the scandal go? And who else will be ensnared in its wake? While Diddy's legal team continues to dismiss the allegations, the gravity of the charges cannot be understated. The federal trafficking investigation, spearheaded by Homeland Security, aims to hold accountable those who have abused their power and influence for decades. As Raffman noted, if the prosecutors are successful and able to prove it, he may end up facing a lengthy prison sentence. The public's fascination with the Diddy scandal shows no signs of waning. Each new revelation brings fresh waves of speculation and intrigue. Will justice be served? Or will the powerful once again evade accountability as the investigation intensifies? One thing is clear: the world is watching, and the fallout from this